What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So, how's everybody doing today? Welcome in. Hey, Corey, how you doing, brother? Hey, Lynn. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're starting a little later. We're just kind of getting things moving forward. We got new screen orientations. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on today. We'll see how this is working out. Lynn, you sent 500 comments to my live. That's a lot of comments. That's like quite a few. That's a lot of comments. You keep up this rate, you'll hit 4 digits in no time. Lost made shepherd's pie. I don't think I've had shepherd's pie literally since I was in Ireland. And that was a long time ago. That was like 5 years ago. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I had some in Dublin, like when I was there. And again, this was like 5 years ago, I think. 20, yeah. And it was very good. I don't know if it's like really like 100% my thing. Like, I don't know if I'm like super excited about shepherd's pie ever, but not that I dislike it either. It's just nothing that I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to. I don't know. I don't know. It's just never really been that thing to me, you know. So someone just said I've never had a shepherd's pie because I'm not from the South. You do know where shepherd's pie is from, right? It's not from the South. It's from Ireland. Hey, y'all didn't make that up down here, all right? that's a that's a that is a that is from the people of the UK. Yeah, that's not it's not a southern thing, all right? Sorry to let you know. Sorry to let you know. But yeah, it's not a it's yeah. Yeah. It's from Ireland or the UK. It's from one of those bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins. What was that? Snatch, the movie Snatch. England, 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 England. You know, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, England. Quebec calls it Chinese pie. I don't think I needed to know that. Okay.
It's insane.
I don't think I needed to know that at all. Yeah. That seems like it's way too much. Tobin, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Good evening. Good evening to you, sir. Good evening. Ha 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 ha. Good evening. Beat, thank you so much for the $2. Says, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Tobin, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, have you tried cottage pie? It's like shepherd's pie, but beef instead of lamb. I have had that. But lamb is delicious. So I don't I don't know why you would take something so amazing and then replace it with something else. All right. Just saying, lamb is delicious. All right. It just is. So that's okay. For you guys that don't think lamb is delicious, I respect your opinions, and it's not, just know it's not my fault your palates aren't mature enough yet. You know? No. Someone actually just said most shepherd's pies are made with beef, which is actually true. Most shepherd's pies nowadays are made with beef. But I actually just had lamb today, funny enough. We went and had Indian food. They had some lamb dish, so I got it. It was good. It was delicious. Thanks a lot, Tobin. I appreciate that. Shush, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I really appreciate that. Big W's in chat for Tobin and for Shush with the 5 gifteds. Starting off the live, right? That's what I love to see. I love to see it with the gifteds coming right off the bat in the live. That is what's beautiful. I love it. Make sure you send an extra W out there if you're one of those people that got it from Shush. Actually, you can probably check out here. Let's see. Can I see him? Oh, I guess it went away already. Oh, there they are. Oh, Delaney got one? No offense to everybody else, Robert, Love, and Jose, and SB, but Delaney's here all the time. I know, Shush, I know you've been trying to hit Ryan like forever. Right. But you just did hit somebody big over there. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Electric, that's totally okay. 100%. I finally got, for you guys over on the clock app, I finally got the little thingy. Thanks again, Shush. I got the little thingy, the little gifty thingy with my face on it. I'm not gonna lie, Ari made me do it. She also said I look really angry on it. She said it makes it look really angry. Do I look angry in it? I don't know. Apparently, that's what the clock app's AI thinks that I'm like. It thinks I'm very angry. Oh, my hair is a mess today. Oh my goodness, I haven't even done it today. Oh Jesus. I should put my hat back on. Goodness gracious.
Insane.
All right, she said I looked angry. She's like, it made you look so angry. All right, my bad. Sorry. Sorry, I'm so angry on here. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to be nicer. I'm trying to work on myself. You know? I'm trying to work on myself over here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. I can't even pin the gift. That's crazy. Yeah, as you can see, there's a little change to the setup here. I'm trying to break my way out of jail. Even though I'm thinking I think it's too high. I think I need to be more. Nope, that's too much. Nope, that's too little. How do I look? Is that okay? Does that look like I'm close to the right spot? Am I doing all right over there? Great, good. We're saying good. I'm seeing a lot of goods. I like good. Good is good. Good is good. Good guys, good is good. Good is good. You know? That's just you know it's just good is good, you know? Thank you guys so much for the I don't know what they're called. What are they called? The polyfocus. Thank you so much for the polyfocuses. I appreciate that. Lost, thank you so much for the laughing disco. Keisha, thank you so much for the laughing disco. Tobin with the $5 says, I prefer shepherd's lamb over beef. By definition, all shepherd's pie is lamb or it is misnamed cottage pie. I think that probably a lot of people just do that. They call it shepherd's pie because that's more well known, and then they're selling cottage pie. I'm assuming that's what's actually happening, right? But I mean, who knows? Who knows? That's what I assume is happening. They're probably like, oh, I don't know what this is, so we're like, I don't know. Just a guess. Just a guess. Taurus with the 5 gifted memberships starting out the live. We're already at 10 new members starting out the live. That's amazing. That's amazing. We got BW, we got Jack, we got J Money, we got Pissed Off Veteran. Thank you for your service. And Donald, oh, with the memberships. Check you guys out. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Taurus. I really, really appreciate that. Summer Mamas, I'm live. You can't be yelling at everybody in the neighborhood. Okay. You can't be yelling on everybody in the neighborhood. You hear? She's trying to yell at everybody in the neighborhood. Thank you so much, Taurus. I really appreciate that. Beat said, anybody, including Polly, bet on today being slow? Well, it definitely could be. We've been in a little bit of jail, not going to lie, Beat, especially over on a certain side of the platform. So we're kind of just seeing how things are kind of playing out over here. So I'm going to let it just kind of play its thing out and see what we do. But what we do is whenever, I'm letting you guys know right now, okay? And this goes for everybody on every platform and every viewing type, okay? As you guys can see, I'm running a new view today, okay? So whenever I'm running a new view, all right, the algorithm goes, I don't know what to do. Do we like this? Do we not like this? I'm confused, right? And it goes by how many of y'all show up and how many of y'all participate and all that sort of stuff. And then it decides whether or not this is a good view or not. So if you guys are liking the view, please let it know that, all right? Please let it know that so where there's no confusion, all right? And that will really, really help it. That will really, really help it. I really appreciate you guys. Union rights for summer. You know what? I'm cool with unionizing regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with unionizing regardless, even dogs. I'm cool with dogs unionizing also. Okay. I think it's important, right? How else can we ensure fair kibble rights, right, for all dogs? How else can we ensure things like this, right? There's just no other way. There's just no other way. Thank you, Linda. It is a cool new view. I do enjoy the view. Please, y'all, participate in the live. Send your heart me's. Send small gifts. Double tap the screen. Let's get this thing up in likes. If you're from the YouTube side, please hit the like button. I want to keep this view. But again, we can only keep it if y'all show up and like it. All right? We can only keep it if y'all show up and like it. Actually, I need to send this out. All right, sorry. I had to let my Discord notice show up too. Had to let my Discord notice show up too. Gotta let everybody know. I eat your steak well done. Ew, eating steak well done? That's disgusting. I like mine medium rare, but to be completely honest with you, like, well, more on the rare side. Like, if I have a choice, it's pretty close to as rare. Like, I like it rare. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging most of you for eating steak however you choose to eat steak. You know what I'm saying? Unless that you eat it well done and then 100% I'm judging you. Okay? That's a lie. If you eat your steak any more well done than medium, medium is as far as you're allowed to be before I start to get physically sick. Okay. So, medium, you're good. Okay. I like mine rare to medium rare. That's me preferably. Okay. Again, I'm not judging. We listen, we don't judge. Unless you say you like it well done, then we listen and we judge. Okay. And it's for your own good. Like sometimes judgment is good, right? Sometimes we need to judge people so they don't do bad things, right? So in this case, it's for your own good. All right. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, okay? All right, y'all. Well, we're going to see about trying to start getting this thing moving. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know. I've seen people be like, "Oh, it's raw. I'm not gonna eat something raw." Like, no, it's not. It's not raw. It's not bleeding. Okay, none of those things are true. None of those things are happening. All right. So don't worry about it. You have a good steak, right? And it just, oh, I made one. I made one this week. Actually, it was on Sunday. I don't, was it Sunday? It was Sunday. I don't know why. And I woke up with this huge craving for steak and eggs. Just this huge craving for steak and eggs. And I couldn't, it was actually, that's actually a lie. I woke up 2 days prior with a craving for steak and eggs and I didn't do it. Right. And so then I went and like on Sunday, I was like, I need to get steak and eggs. So I went and I'm normally a ribeye guy. Um, but they had T-bones on sale. So I went and got a T-bone. And man, I nailed it, man. You ever just nail a cook and you're just like, you know what I'm saying? You ever just like, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but when you get that perfect cook on a steak, man, it does something to you. It does something to you. And it was perfect. Like it literally just like touched the tongue, just, oh, like barely had to chew. It was just, oh my goodness. I could have cut that thing with a spoon. How much of that steak cut me back? Back too much, which is why I had to wait to get one. All right, because I couldn't justify it. It took too many days at the price of beef in the United States right now to justify going and buying a steak. So it took me like 2 or 3 days of being like, no, you don't need this. No, you don't need this. No, you don't need this. Till finally I was just like, I'm gonna go get it. Like I just whatever. And then it was on sale. So then I like, I like white girl mathed it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's on sale. So technically I'm saving money. Right? That's how that works. And then I got myself a pumpkin spice latte. Um It's on sale. Technically, I was saving money, right? That's how that works. Cannibal Kitty, thank you so much for becoming a for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate you. That brings us up to 11 for the day. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, you go, girl. Thank you, Shush. Thank you. Treat yourself. All right? Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. All right? Oh my goodness. All right. I was joking, Ryan. I actually truly don't like pumpkin spice. Anything. I think it's like the allspice or whatever. I don't even like Oktoberfest beers. Can't do it. Can't do it. That flavor drives me nuts. It's so bad. It's painful. It's painful. All right. Well, I had a few phone calls, then I turned the phone lines on, then nobody was there. So that's okay. If you still support Trump, you can go ahead and call in on the number um that's on my screen above my head next to me. However you want to do that. You can call and have a conversation. Shush, thank you so much for the husky. I really appreciate that also. And for the jewels. For the 100. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do have the little hearts as my live gift goal over on the clock app. Because I think that's one of 3 things I need to light up my gift gallery. Yeah, but it's like it's only the hard ones left. I think I need like one person to send me like 5 of these or something. So it's all the hard ones. Okay. It's all the hard ones. I'm doing my best. All right. Oh, Ari told me I need to be more over here. Anyways, it's all the hard ones. So we're gonna try. We're gonna see what's up. I don't know. We're gonna do our best over here. Okay. We're gonna try our best over here. Snow says, Polly, you're my favorite dumb Democrat. I guess I take that as a compliment. I guess I take that as a compliment. I'm gonna take it. I don't care. Reigns World said, "What do I get for a max donation? A good feeling in your heart, a thank you for me. That's about all. I I don't I don't have anything special. I'll be honest. I could make something up off the top of my head, but I really like don't have anything to make up. Okay? So, thank you for even considering it. How about that? You get a thank you, a smile, and you know, and that's about it. That's about it. Nothing too much for that. How did I feel about the State of the Union? I talked a lot about the State of the Union yesterday. So I don't know. Uh, I don't know like how much else I nearly need to talk about it. It was just disgraceful and boring. Like it was like, oh, he did like all this crazy stuff. Like he thank thank you. Sorry, I have to put this. Said you're my favorite. Yeah. Look, I never accuse him of being smart. Okay. Thank you, Mortimer. Yeah, it was just pretty boring. pretty disgraceful, anticlimactic. It was kind of just like Donald Trump running his own award show, right? That's about it. He lied a lot, but like it's so sad that like Trump lies literally so much that when he lies, like I don't even think about it anymore. You know? He's up there like we're bringing in so much money from the tariffs. It's like what? I solved these wars with tariffs. Like what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like dude, like does anybody actually is anybody actually believing this shit anymore? There was a new Reuters Ipsos. I forgot the other part. Reuters poll, and then the people that they contract to actually do it out. Ipsos. Um, it was something like 45% of American adults, according to the poll, believed that Donald Trump was sharp enough to be president. Like 55% of Americans are like, nope, he's in cognitive decline and too dumb. And there's no way he has the decision making capability to be president. Like, I'll see if I can bring up that poll in a second. It was just like, I guess in my opinion, like, it's just crazy. Like, you see Biden, right? You see Biden and you're like, oh, that guy turned like 80 and now like it's pretty obvious he's too fucking old, right? And you're like, you know what I'm gonna do to fix this problem? And you know what I'm gonna do to fix this problem? I'm gonna put another 80-year-old dude in there, except for someone who took worse care of himself. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts how you just like what are you doing? Like, like you saw Biden, right? Like you saw he was too old. You saw it. You watched it happen. And then you were just like, oh, let's put other old guy in there. Like, are you guys dumb? Like, not you guys. Well, some of you guys. I see a few of you in there. Now, if you voted for Trump, man, that has got to be some like special kind of dumb stuff, dude. Like you saw it. You complained every day about Biden's too old. He's in cognitive decline. He can't handle being president. And then you put another 80-year-old in there and he can't do it either. Like, you guys are, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. I don't know. Isn't that weird? I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. I find it weird. I find it weird. But to each their own, I guess. I guess to each their own. Maybe as long as it's your guy that is obviously has dementia, right? Maybe you're like, I like the dementia part of Biden. I just want one of my guys with dementia. Was that the idea? I don't know. I can't figure out your guy's head. I can't figure it out. I was over here thinking, let's vote for somebody younger. I don't know. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Y'all are, you're weird. It's weird. It's very weird. Someone say surprised he didn't fall asleep. He looked like he just woke up. Did you guys not see him? His makeup was all messed up. He literally showed up to that with there was an orange pillow left in his bed from his makeup just being smeared all across. His hair was all messed up. His little horrible comb over was just trash. And then he got up. And he sounded like this. Watch, here's my little Trump. This is what Trump sounded like at the State of the Union. Democrats, Biden. That was the entire State of the Union. Okay? In case you didn't get a chance to watch it, in case you were boycotting it, okay? That was it. That was the whole thing. Congratulations. I watched it so you don't have to. All right? I watched it so you guys don't have to. Democrats, illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants. Inflation. Sorry. All right. That actually, honestly, that little thing sounds actually a little bit more like it sounds a little better than Trump sounded. All right. That was a little that sounds a little bit better. You guys like my new Trump crier? You guys like that? You guys like him? All right, sorry. Ari hates him. Dude, I went to go get a freaking energy drink on my way home. I had a doctor's appointment. I went to get an energy drink on my way home, and they were just at the counter for like $7. I was like, all right, I gotta go buy that. I was like, I gotta go buy that. It was $7. Yeah, I know. Everyone should have them. It literally called I think it called this the squeaking president or something like that. It was freaking hilarious, dude. I know, right? All right, y'all. If you guys still support Trump, you guys can call into the live. All right. I don't know where you guys all went. There was people blowing up my phone last night. And all of a sudden I get on today, and where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Anyways, I guess they're having a rough time today. I'm telling you, these Trump supporters have been few and far between. I literally think they have all just coiled back into their little holes because they have nothing to talk about anymore. Right? Like they're seeing the stuff with the Epstein files. They're seeing and they're just they're seeing the grocery price. They're seeing all this stuff, and they're just no point even talking anymore. Did they self-deport? There is news out there that literally for the first time in God knows how long, I think it might have been an American history. There's more Americans, there's more people leaving the United States than there are immigrating in. People at record rates are getting citizenship other places, trying to it's crazy. People are leaving at an alarming rate. And maybe that was all the Trump supporters. Maybe they're finally gone. You know, There were some other people that left and fled to Argentina, so maybe we should check there. They can't afford to leave. That's probably accurate too. That's also probably accurate. FFT, thank you so much for the $2. There's a pumpkin spice beer named Pumpkin Ale. That's gross. Don't tell me about things like this. Check Epstein Island for them. Yeah, that's probably where they're at. Zazu, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shush, thank you so much. Kramer, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys. Given, Cosmic, Trojan. Who will you debate when Trump dies? The same idiots I'm debating right now? What are you talking about? Hello, how are you?
Hello, Mark. Hey, I'm all right, boy. Long time no see, man. How you doing, boy?
This is interesting. How old are you?
About 76 years old, boy. 76 years young.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
All right.
All right. Why is that?
Because, man, I mean, he's a good dude, man. You know, he's a good dude all around, man. Real American man, you tell you what. I love that boy, I tell you what. Trying to get them damn legals on out of here, boy, and gonna make it all good for us Americans. You know what I'm talking about, boy?
Yeah, even Trump supporters aren't this stupid. And they're pretty stupid. Trump supporters are pretty stupid most of the time, but usually not that stupid. Yeah. So. But the sad part is when he starts talking, you kind of got to think about it for a second. You're like, maybe. Like, it wouldn't be crazy. Like, I have to give him a little bit more time. Half the guys y'all think over there are like trolling. They're not trolling. They're just stupid. Right? And you guys are like, oh, they're trolling. No, they're not. Okay. You guys think everybody's trolling. All right. But that guy wasn't serious. That guy wasn't serious. Like, just saying. Just saying. Anyways, this is weird. Literally, we had so many calls last night. I don't know where all the callers went today. They're hiding. They're in their little safety spots. They're in their little safety spots. Maggot needs a hug. Can we give like a full can we just give hugs in the chat to all the MAGA? I think they need it. Yeah. Can we give all of them a little hug? No, they need a little hug. Okay. They need a little hug. They've completely decided to, yeah. Why did you quit doing lives in the morning? I've never done lives in the morning outside of the weekend. So I don't know what you mean. Hello, how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 52.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I just think I don't know what the other side stands for, honestly.
But you know what your side stands for, and it's not the Constitution or the rule of law or democracy. So why do you still support Trump?
Constitutional shit. I'm just tired of hearing everybody say that. I mean,
well, if you're tired of hearing everyone say that, maybe you shouldn't be supporting someone that's doing it.
Well, you make it sound like Biden was much better.
He was.
As far as how? So tell me the policies that you like.
Oh, I thought you meant for the Constitution, but we can go to policy if that's what you want. That's fine.
I mean, some of the things that he wants to introduce, that $1,000 that he wants to help with people with the federal, what is it, 401k. If that would ever pass, that'd be a good thing. I think for
If
people
that would
don't
ever
have a
pass,
401k
he's
program.
the Republican president
I
with a
said
Republican Senate and a
if,
Republican House of Representatives and a Republican
but
Supreme
you
Court.
know it can't pass
Literally
unless you get
anything that
60
he wants
votes
to pass, he can pass.
in the Senate.
What?
But you can't unless you get 60 in the Senate, correct?
Depends on the bill.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, that would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Sir, he hasn't tried. He hasn't got it to the Senate. He hasn't put it to the House. The bill doesn't exist, sir. You're just talking about things that like Donald Trump just spitballs off the top of his head. He hasn't tried.
Well, that's what
I'm sure if he actually put that up to the Senate and actually tried and actually probably tried to legislate, he probably could.
I mean, that would be a good thing. That's all I'm saying. So, like, some of the things that he talks about.
Be a good thing if he started obeying the Constitution too, but he's not.
It's like the old 90s.
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Trying
What?
to bring manufacturing back. Like trying to bring manufacturing back. That's a lot of the old 90s Democratic roles.
Bring manufacturing back. We had like a record number of manufacturing jobs made in like 2023, 2024, and they've pretty much bottomed out now.
I didn't see him.
Well, sir, you don't have to see jobs for them to exist. That'd be crazy. You can't see jobs.
But see, I'm in it where there's industrial parks, so I'd see a lot of these manufacturing plants in that. I mean, I live right where 80 and 81 hit on the interstate.
Yeah, sir, that's a very tiny little itty bitty small part of America. There's so much more of it where those jobs could be.
I get it. I got to take a call. Hold on.
I turned up caller's volume. I don't know why. Like, you guys are still saying that I need to turn it up. I don't know what's going on. So I can turn it up over here, I guess. Turn it up over here. See how it looks. Which one? Oh, no. They're actually not over there. Yeah, caller's over here. Well, normally I'd hang up on him for trying to take a call, but literally there's no other Trump supporters that exist on the planet apparently right now. So I guess I get put on hold. Should we sing some hold music? Do 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 do. I don't know. That's all I got. I've never been put on hold on my life. Oh, he hung up too. Goodness gracious. This is what we're dealing with today, huh? This is what we're dealing with today. I don't know where they're at. Usually once it starts rolling, they start coming in, but we've had a harder time getting to like the first and second one lately. We've had a lot harder time trying to get to the first and second one lately. Once we get there, we're usually money. But it takes us a little bit longer to get there now. I don't know why. What do they have left to defend? Apparently they have, you know, something Donald Trump talked about once. I guess. I guess they have something that Donald Trump talked about once. I don't know. My phone was ringing off the hook last night. Literally, when I got off, I had about 12 different people calling in. And now they're not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll be back tomorrow. Not a big deal. Or they'll start in a minute. It happens. That's usually how it rolls. B, thank you so much for the $5. Said, enjoy a bowl of Demogorgon crunch and listening to morons praise a dictator without being able to spell the word Constitution. Well, now you just gave it up. Now you just give, now they know how to spell it. Okay? Thanks a lot. Now you just educated America. And FFT, thank you so much. Said Trump Kool-Aid is that strong among MAGA. Yeah, they must have ran out. Or maybe they started snorting it or something. I'm not really sure. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I can spell constant.
All right. Nope, not doing that. Shush, thank you so much for the clapping seal. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. All right. Sorry. Anyways. All right. Well, we're gonna try to keep this thing going. We're really low on numbers too, so I guess maybe this new camera angle ain't playing out for me. I guess. So, if y'all could do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, do all of those things. And I might have to switch my desk around or something. I think I might have to go back to my old. I might have to go back to my old view. No one likes this one apparently. Oh my goodness. Nobody likes this one apparently. Oh, excuse me. You like the old view? I like this one so much better. I like this one so much better. But apparently a lot of people don't, because again, no one's here. No one's here. So I guess not. Like I said, we ended last night. We had like 700 people in the YouTube portrait, like 1,000 people in TikTok, and I don't even have half of that right now. So I guess people don't like it. I'll have to go back to the one with the Hanson. Why does it keep happening? Because I change. I try to improve. That's usually what happens. I try to improve, like the live. I try to do better views, better angles, better situations. I keep doing all of those things, and every single time, if nobody shows up and it starts like going quickly, then the algorithm thinks that you guys don't like to see it, and then it freaking just shuts me down. So that's okay. We're gonna adjust this anyway. Where do I want to put this thing? Ah! Do I really think it's because of my layout? Yeah, my old layout, I was freaking doing well. I switched layouts. I'll tell you this. This is actually really funny. So I don't know if you guys remember this or not. It was actually pretty crazy. So way in like December, I actually put this up on my live. That's all I did was change that. Okay. That's all I did was change that. My views immediately went from like 90,000 in one day. 2 days later, I couldn't get 20,000. And no joke, I took it down. 2 days later, I was back up to 90,000. Not a joke. Isn't that wild? And it was just, well, you guys can't see it on the landscape live, but it was literally just me doing this. That was it. Crazy, right? Hello, how are you? All right, goodbye. Literally, I could not figure out why it all slowed down. And then literally I was like, wait, that was around the time I changed this like top part. Like that's what it was. And I changed it back, and then all of a sudden it started going back up. And that was it. That was the only change. It was just this. It says the same thing. And the algorithm was just like, nope. Guess not. It was wild. It was wild. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Polly, how are you?
I'm great. You don't sound like opposition.
I'm not. I absolutely love your show, but I heard you talking about backgrounds and people that follow you and people that don't follow you and how your crowd goes up and down and up and down. Let me tell you, I have followed you for the better part of a year, and I am a member, but uh, my problem is this, is that you have been changing your times so often that it's hard as hell to follow you.
Well, I
And
work
as
and
a
my shift
result,
changes.
I understand that. I really do. I really do. But you also realize that your shows were much more regular and occurred at the same time over and over, so that people could count on it. They could come to your shows, watch them, they enjoyed them, and it's been hard to chase you.
I
So I
appreciate that.
think I don't.
I really do. I really do. I truly I do appreciate the comment, and I know that can be rough for people, but literally my times like haven't changed in what? How long now? It's been a
It's only
while.
been a
Like
couple of
I've
weeks.
come on between 6 and 7 for months now.
No, it hasn't been that long because I've been chasing you myself for the past couple of months, and it's only been about the last month that you've settled down into one time that I have been able to follow you at this 5:30, 6, 7 o'clock time. So I just wanted to look. I love your show. I just wanted to let you know that I don't think people give a damn about your background.
It's
They
not
either
the
love it or
it's
they
not the
don't. I
people
just think
that
it's
care
the
about the
time.
background. It's not the people that care about the background.
Okay, well,
It's the
hang in there,
it's
dude.
the
I love your
algorithm that
show.
cares about the background. But anyways, thank you. I appreciate that. You have a good one. Yeah, no, it's not the people. I don't think y'all give a shit. I think literally I could put whatever on the background and y'all wouldn't really care. I don't think that matters at all. It's the algorithm that cares. Watch, I'll show you guys. Watch. I'm telling you guys. Watch. I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end up turning my desk around, going back to the one with the hats on, and I promise you, like, watch my live numbers go up. I'm telling you, like I'm telling you, in December, I put up that change on the background. Within 3 days, I was down. I switched it back, it was back up again. It was literally that quick. Like, that's how quick you could see my numbers change. It was wild. But anyways. Yeah, it's always hard trying to like play the algorithm numbers or whatever. And that's what creators usually complain about. Honestly, you know what? Were you guys here when like YouTube went down that one day? Were you guys here when YouTube went down that one day? And I was like streaming with YouTube being down? Yeah. That day is when my live switched and went bad. It was good the day before. That night happened, and my numbers haven't been the same since. Isn't that crazy? It was literally that night. The day before, I think on YouTube, I had something like 70,000 views. That night happened. The next day, I had 14,000. That was it. Like literally that quickly. It's crazy. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. How old are you?
16.
Nope. Sorry. Yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. That's okay. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes I get to just hang out with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Well, the few of you guys that are here. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm pretty good. What about you?
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 70 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Huh? Yeah.
Awesome. Can you turn down your TV in the background?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Why do you still support Trump?
Well, because the regular, you used to everything regular, and he's all for that regular stuff. I'm since I'm old school, I don't know
That regular
anything about
stuff,
all.
like what? Like no women's rights or the child sex island? Which one?
just male and female. That's all I ever know.
Just a 50-year-old male and an underage female.
No, just I don't care what age it was.
Oh, I
That's
know you
all
guys
I
don't
know
care what
about.
age they are.
I'm saying it's female and male. He all for that. And that's all I can.
I'm
That's
very
what
aware
God
you guys don't.
created.
The fact that you
I'm
said
just,
I don't care
I'm just
about how
saying
old they
God
are
created.
is like wild.
I'm just saying it was created. God created male and female, and man changing everything.
No, people are born with both sets of genitalia. So God also created people with both sets of genitalia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know they got well. If, that's the only thing I'm saying. If it that situation, if God created it that, then
Also, can you tell me in the Bible where it says that trans people shouldn't exist?
well, where you see it in the Bible, it is trans.
Well, I see where in the Bible slaves can exist. So I figure at that case, it should probably say about trans people if you're making it such a big, part of your platform over here.
What I'm saying, slave is not just black people ain't the only somebody been enslaved.
Oh yeah, but God thinks it's okay. So
Well, it just it is what it is.
it just is what it is. So trans people, the Bible doesn't mention at all. But slaves, it says it's cool, and you're just fine with that?
Well, I ain't fine with it. It's just what it is what it is. You just think about it, certain people in certain places and just in prison. Just think about people that in prison that all jacked up with
Sir,
just
are you thinking about dudes in prison that are all jacked up?
I said it's a lot of people, not even in this country. We just blessed that we can sit around here and argue about different stuff that we fighting about, and you got people that locked up in prison and just like eating each other up just to survive, locked up in cages and that stuff
Sir, it
big time.
sounds like you're fantasizing about people in prison.
I'm fantasizing about here how we is so blessed to be here and we fussing about stuff that naturally what we used to, and it's changing the whole situation now where what I'm used to and what I know about for the Bible, and now it's changing up so well you can just be what you want to be. If I'm a man, I decide I want to be a woman.
Then go for it, sir. No one cares.
I don't want that.
Well,
I
then why are
want to
you
be what
talking about
God
it? Sir,
created.
if you don't want
God
that, then why do you give a shit if other people do?
Well, I'm just saying what you want to worry about what somebody else did when God created
You're
you
the
to
one
be a
worried about
man.
what somebody else wants to do, sir. You're the one.
What I'm saying is what a 70-year-old man, what I'm used to, and the way God created Adam and Eve.
Sir, what you were
Okay.
used to, cell phones didn't exist. Should we throw away all cell phones because they're not what you're used to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. How God gave it mind to
Did
do
God
stuff.
give us cell phones?
He put it in a man's mind to do it.
Well, then he also put it in a man's mind to be trans. That was easy. If God can put the iPhone in someone's mind, then God can also have someone be trans in their mind. He can do both of those things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He hadn't changed. He said he changes not. So
Well, he changed enough to put iPhones in someone's head.
See, a man can, God allow a man to make his own decision, but that doesn't mean that's what he wants. He'll let you do that. If you want to do that.
Oh, gotcha. So if it's something you like, God put it in their mind. If it's something you don't like, they were making that decision without God, even though neither of those things are in the Bible.
Well, it's in your, when he created man, and he created man to do
He
right or
created
wrong.
man, and then he created woman, then he created trans people, and then he created gay people. He created all the people. Yeah, right.
Well,
So he didn't say I create man, I create woman, and now I give up. Right.
It's a man. It's a
Oh.
mindset. You can do what you want. He'll allow you
Oh.
to make that the mindset. But it's the
Gotcha.
same thing about heaven and earth. If you want to go to hell,
I
you
do.
can go that way.
Hail
What would
Satan.
you
Can I
do?
get a Hail Satan in the chat? I do want to go to hell. Man, that sounds like a party. Who's joining me?
Well, anybody don't accept Jesus Christ, you know.
Yeah. Let's get some 666 in the chat. Hail Satan.
Yeah, anybody want to, that's their choice. But
Yeah,
he
that's
don't
my
want
choice.
no one to go there.
Yeah.
Nobody to go there because he made a way for everybody.
No, I want to go
You
there.
know, well, that's right. You got that choice.
Yeah, I know, and I'm
But
choosing
he-
it. If God
he
is up
don't-
in heaven, not wanting anybody that he created to be a certain way to be that way, then I don't want to be there anyway. If God literally
he
made
made a way.
human beings, no, sir. If God literally made human beings and made their minds in a way that they're attracted to people of the same sex or made them, not fit within the gender they were assigned at birth, if God made people that way and then didn't want them there, then I'd much rather hang out with Satan. Sounds like he's got a
Well,
lot
what I'm
better
saying,
points, to be completely
you
honest
don't
with you.
understand.
Maybe that's why Satan left God, is because Satan was up there going like, this dude's a freaking narcissist and a freaking crazy person who supports slavery, and I think I'd much rather be down here.
What I'm saying, he made a way for you not to go there.
I don't want his way.
I said
If
he
I
made
have
a
to
way for you.
disrespect other human beings in order to do that, then I don't want his way.
I'm saying
If God
that's
was
what I'm
actually
saying.
cool, we wouldn't have this problem.
He made a way for you not to go there.
Yeah, sir. I grew up going to
The
Sunday
way he
school
made
and
the-
church
the-
and all those things, okay? I've read
No,
the
you don't have
Bible
to go
more
to
times than
church.
you have, even though you're double my age, I promise you, okay?
You don't have to go to church. Church is not where you
Take
go
me to church.
I'm not saying go to church. The church ain't what he said.
I
What he
worship
said,
like a
the
god.
thief on the cross. He didn't ask the church. He didn't ask the thief, did he go to
I'll
church?
tell you my sins.
All
You
he
can
said,
sharpen your
you
knife.
gonna be with me in paradise. Not go to church.
All right, bud.
You
All
get
right,
what I'm
cool. Well,
saying?
I'm not going to go to church. You enjoy your church, okay?
We're not talking
And
about
I'm going to go
church.
hang out with Satan's people, okay?
Well, that's right.
All right,
That
boss.
ain't what-
Appreciate you. I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna go hang out with Satan's people. Y'all sound a lot more fun anyway. But I'm not gonna sit here and be proselytized. Man, why can't say a word? Proselytized. I can't say that word. I'm not gonna do that on my spare time. Yeah, preach to. There's a word, proselytize. Proselytize. Is that right? Anyways, hello. How are you?
Hey, I was wondering if you wanted to talk about events that were further back in history,
Like what?
like a little bit further back, still U.S.
Like Epstein's Island, or
No, like the atomic bombs.
why would I want to talk about atomic bombs? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. It's a hot topic I don't hear discussed very often.
Because we dropped it 80 years ago.
Okay, but it's still a big deal.
It was 80 years ago now, sir. I don't know why you want to talk about it right now. Are we planning on dropping another one? Do I need to be worried? Do you know something I don't?
Maybe, bro. Maybe.
Oh, you heard it first. Oh, well, he left. I'm just saying, I think we've worked out all the kinks, right? Like, I think we figured out most of what happened with the whole dropping of the atomic bomb thing. I don't think there's too much more to worry about on that one, okay? I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that was like a really long time ago. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, I think somebody has sent me 3 of these little hearts. I guess I need 2 more of them to clear that off my gift gallery. So if you'd like support, I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Good. How you doing?
Doing great. How old are you?
33.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
I think he's generally directionally correct for the country. I wouldn't say I want to back everything that he does. But in terms of general policy prescriptions, I think it's more directionally right than what I see coming from
Okay,
the
what's
Democratic side.
directly right considering our economic numbers are way down? People literally don't even think that he's mentally stable enough to run the country. He's trying to take away democracy, going against the Constitution, going against the rule of law. In which direction are you trying to take us, unless that direction is white?
No, I'm not generally concerned with a racial direction. I'm generally concerned with, let's start with immigration. I think it's important to generally know who's coming in our borders.
Yeah, so do Democrats.
Would you agree?
That's not a Donald Trump thing.
Do you think Democrats could enforce the border in a better way than they did?
Not only could they try to do it, they tried to do it better, and Republicans stopped them.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, there was a Senator Langford bill under the Biden administration that was literally written by a tripartisan group of people that would have added more border protection, more border patrol, more technology at the border, more border, and a border wall was even part of it. Literally would have put an automatic shutdown on the border, and Republicans shot it down, even though they were the primary writers of it. So,
why the Democrats? And I'm genuinely curious, why did they prevent the Remain in Mexico policies and some of the other executive orders? Or
because the Remain in Mexico policy only affected legal migration that we were actually already vetting.
So you mean legal migration being asylum seekers?
That is legal, yes. But we vet asylum seekers, do we not?
No, of course we do. But
you were saying that
is there a reason that they have to? Is there a reason they have to be in our country until?
What's the point of asylum?
The hearing on their asylum case, which might take years.
What's the point of asylum?
Before vetting them.
What's the point of asylum?
In the most recent country they're coming to. Sorry.
Awesome. What is the point of asylum?
The point of asylum is to protect you from governmental forces in the country that you're originating from.
Not just governmental
forces. Not necessarily
forces.
to protect you from the country that you're happening to be passing through, coming into a different country.
You don't know. The Remain in Mexico qualified for people that were coming from Mexico too. You know that, right?
That's fine too. I think, look, we can have a different discussion about people that came from Mexico, but I think there's a large number, and maybe I should direct my, discussion more towards those not coming from Mexico.
Sir, if people from Mexico
would you agree that if we could agree that people from Mexico could seek asylum here, and that would be fine for them to do that, but then the others should stay in Mexico?
So gotcha. So you want to take the people that are seeking asylum from Mexico, let them in, and then take the people seeking asylum from other countries and put them in the country that people are seeking asylum from?
Well, it really depends on the general situation. I wouldn't say if you live in Mexico, you therefore get to come here because some people are being persecuted by the government. It's not de facto that if you live in Mexico, you're being persecuted.
No, but what I'm saying is if someone is seeking asylum from Mexico, that means there's something going on in Mexico where people have the ability to seek asylum. And you're saying we should take people from Venezuela or Honduras or wherever they're coming from and put them in the country where other people are seeking asylum from there. That doesn't make any sense, sir. If the entire point, sir, hold on. If the entire point, okay, is that these people are running from something, if it's a safety concern, their lives are in danger, whatever's going on with all of that stuff, right? Then the whole point is you put them inside the country, you vet them, you do all of those things, and then we give them the asylum case. What is the negative to doing that?
I don't think we're actually able to fully vet every person that's coming through the border when you have, if it's up to 11,000, I think that was the highest, but let's not say that's all the time. Let's just say it's thousands of people a day if they're trying to come through. I don't think we can properly vet those people. But I want to go back to the other point. We'll get to that one later.
No, hold on. No, I don't want to go to the next point. I want to stay on this point. I don't want to go to the next point. I want to stay on this point.
No, it's not the next point. It was the previous one. I promise. We will get back to that question. My original question was, if you're coming through from Venezuela or wherever it is in South America or Central America, it is not de facto that the fact that you go into Mexico that you have an asylum claim from the Mexican government as well. I'm not saying we should put them in Mexico. They've decided to come through Mexico.
Yes, because Mexico wasn't safe enough for them to be there. And regardless of whether it's not, Mexico
Then
could
why
be.
not let every
Hold
single
on,
person from
sir.
Mexico
Hold on. I know that you really like asking your questions before I'm done answering your last one. Okay. But you're
I
going to
don't
have to
think
let
I've
me
done that.
answer the first one. Okay. I don't care if
I
it's
think I did.
Canada. Okay. I don't care if they came through Norway. Okay. If you have a valid asylum case according to US law, all right, then you have the right to seek asylum in the United States. But not to mention, on top of that, what we saw from the Remain in Mexico policy is we saw a ramping up of murders on the other side of the border from people that were being held there, and they were being abused by the cartel and being exploited by the cartel. We saw an uptick in freaking child sex trafficking. We saw an upgrade in sexual assault. We saw all of these major crimes specifically happening against people that we were leaving in Mexico, the people that had come from places like Honduras. So not only have they left their country trying to seek something here, right? But now they're left in a country that they don't know, around a whole bunch of people they don't know, in a place that's highly controlled by the cartel, and now gives them a higher ability to be exploited. So why would you want to put people in that?
I don't want to put them there. They've decided to come through Mexico in the first place.
No, they
Let's take
decided
out
to
of the
come
discussion people who
to
are claiming
the United
Hold on one sec.
States.
Hold
No.
on. Right.
I'm not gonna let. No, you're straw manning the argument,
Okay.
or actually, you're creating a false
I'm not
dichotomy, is
strawmanning.
what you're doing. I
No,
asked
are
you a
there not
specific
other
question.
ways to come into
You
the
are the
United
one,
States that
sir.
don't involve coming through Mexico?
Listen. You said you want to take them and leave them in Mexico. Okay. What happened when they were in Mexico was all of the things I was just telling you. So why are you advocating for that? That's the question I'm asking you. Don't avoid the question.
I'm not saying it's a good situation.
If you're advocating
Look,
for Remain in Mexico, you are advocating for those people, okay, to be left in that situation.
Look, the issue is that I don't think we can properly vet thousands of people coming to the border every single day. I think if there's an understanding, first of all, I do still want to not argue the point of Mexicans, nationals seeking asylum from the Mexican government. I want to discuss people coming from other countries south of Mexico. If they're coming from the country that is directly south of Mexico, again, even maybe a fair point. But if they're coming from other countries in South America and they go through all of Central America, hit all those other countries, why don't they seek asylum there? If the government in, I don't know, Ecuador is causing some sort of life-threatening issue, why don't they stop in Nicaragua or Honduras?
Because
Why do
if
we
you
have
were
to accept them
if
in
you
here?
were seeking safety for you and your family, would you go to Mexico or would you go to the United States?
From where?
From
If I'm being
wherever
persecuted by the
the
Peruvian
fuck, sir.
government,
You are, sir.
if I'm being
You're no.
persecuted by the Peruvian government and I land in
I'm
Honduras,
answering your question. Why won't you let me answer your question?
go ahead.
It's a simple question. If you're coming from wherever, pick a country from wherever in you and your family's safety is at risk, okay? And you have one of two countries to go to. Would you go to the United States or would you go to Mexico?
Look, obviously, I would prefer the United States since I live here.
Why?
However,
No, you don't live here. You're from another country. You don't live. You don't live here.
Is your point that all of Mexico is unsafe?
You don't live here. Okay, you're not from here. I'm asking you which country you would go to, and you said here, and I want to know why.
Oh, because we're a better country, obviously.
How are we a better country?
But what I'm saying, because we're a safer country.
We're a safer
what I'm
country.
Generally saying,
so what you're saying is,
but do you think the
so
cartel
what you're
controls
saying
every part of Mexico?
So what you're saying is people are coming here because it's safer? That sounds like a really good reason.
Okay, but the whole point of asylum is that your government, not that you might have cartels in Argentina or Chile or Bolivia, wherever, the whole point is you're being persecuted unfairly or for whatever reason by your government, and then you go to a different government that is not persecuting you. They have to go through, what, 8 countries sometimes to get to the United States? Why would it be our responsibility to take them in when they go through all of Central America And then even the southern part of Mexico, which is not generally controlled, I mean, once you get past the border, but generally not controlled by the cartel. You see that most near the border because that's where most of the crime and drug trafficking takes place.
Sir, you asked the question, why would people come here? You answered your own
I
question.
don't think I asked that question.
You did. You said, why won't they go to Mexico and not there? You already answered your question because you said you wouldn't do that. Okay?
No, but
you said
it's
you
not
wouldn't do
about
that.
where I would rather live. Look, I might
No,
rather
it's what
live
place
in the
is
Netherlands or something.
safer. It's
but-
which place is safer. Okay? And you made
Look,
it very
safer
clear that it
does
is
not
not
relate
safer.
to an asylum claim.
Yes, none of this relates to an asylum claim. You're making this all up. Because asylum law says it does not matter which country you come from, that you can seek asylum if you have a valid asylum claim. None of this has to do with asylum because asylum is a legal precedent, okay? And asylum says under 8 U.S. Code 1158 that it does not matter which country you come from. You're making this all up.
I'm not saying they can't legally seek asylum here. I'm saying I don't think that we have to let every single person in who is seeking asylum.
We didn't. Over 60%
we
of the
fully
people
vetted their
that freaking
claims.
sought asylum in the United States were turned away under the Biden administration. So we're not. You had a better chance
Good.
of getting turned around and deported than you did of coming in.
I still think we should, look, fine, I will concede that. I still think we should have a limit on the number of people coming in. And
That's
even
fine.
with
There
asylum
was a
claims.
limit
Are
under
we
that bill that
legally-
Republicans shot down under the Biden administration.
Do you generally think we should let in more or less people or the same that were let in during the Biden administration?
Well, currently we actually have a negative actual like we actually have an immigration problem in the United States right now. There's actually more American citizens that are migrating out of the United States than immigrants that are migrating in. And that can cause actually
Interesting.
huge
Why do you
problems
think that
within
is?
the United States.
I agree.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think that is? Well, Donald Trump is using horrific tactics against people that are freaking putting people in concentration camps and other sort of things that is not only stopping people from countries in Latin America from coming here, but it's also stopping people from all other countries from coming here, right? And so therefore, people don't want to be in this country, right? And then American citizens are leaving because of the fear of what Donald Trump is doing, again, when he's going against the law, against the Constitution, when he's doing all of these things. So they're actually fleeing this country just like those asylum seekers fled other countries. Yeah.
Okay. Two things. Are you using the term concentration camp hyperbolically, or
Nope.
do you actually think they're concentration camps?
It's not hyperbolic and it's not my thought. There's a definition of what a concentration
please
camp is,
explain-
and those
you
are
please explain that
concentration
then?
camps. Yeah, it's not that difficult.
Go ahead.
I was answering your question.
What is the? No. Can you define what a concentration is camp and explain to me where we're doing these?
Sure. Easy. I like to pull it up to make sure I get it correctly. A concentration camp is a facility where people are imprisoned, typically without trial, based on their affiliation within a particular group, ethnic, political, or social, rather than individual crimes.
It doesn't have anything to do with the conditions within them.
These sites are used for detention, forced labor, or punishment, are characterized by holdings, and yes, they generally have bad conditions, but it's not a necessity. But these ones do have
Got it.
horrible conditions.
So is it just a synonym then for detention center?
Without trial, due to ethnic, political, or social things.
Oh, so it's not. I wouldn't necessarily then categorize these as concentration camps,
But they are.
given that the reason for them and people being in them is legal status, not ethnic group.
Legal
Isn't that correct?
status is not a reason
Yeah.
to put somebody in a detention center for long periods of time.
You don't think someone being here illegally, therefore breaking the law to come here,
Just
is
because you're here
reason to
illegally
arrest
doesn't
them
mean you
and
broke the
put
law
them
to come here.
into
Whoa, whoa,
something
whoa,
that
whoa, whoa. You just said
removes
two
their
different things.
freedom
Just
of
because
movement?
somebody isn't here without documentation does not mean they broke the law to come here.
How else would they be here? Whether they
Actually, the
came across
majority of
border or overstayed a
undocumented
legal
migrants
stay.
actually majority of undocumented migrants in the United States did not come here by crossing the border illegally. They actually came here by overstaying visas.
That's also illegal, isn't it?
It's a civil offense to be in the United States undocumented, but
it's a
they
civil
came
offense?
here illegally.
Is a civil offense a crime or is it not a crime?
It's a crime not punishable by any type of prison sentence or actual punishable offense. You can have a civil offense
but they're
that
not
ends up
going
in
to
a
prison.
monetary
They're being
value. They're
detained
going
in
to a
order
detention
be
center.
deported back to their country.
No,
of
they're
origin.
being held
It's
in
not
detention centers for months on months and months and months and months in unlivable conditions.
because there are so many of them here.
Yeah,
you know?
gotcha. Should
Like
we
if I went,
send
if
should
I
we
went
send
to
people to detention
Egypt or
centers
something
for
and I
sir?
got deported, it would probably be pretty quick because there's not many people being
Sir,
deported from Egypt. Maybe there are
Sir,
actually
if
from
someone is, should we
other
put people
countries,
in
but
detention centers for months and months and months because of jaywalking?
no,
Why not?
no, I don't think so. Because one, first of all, that's not a well, it might be a civil penalty,
It is.
but there are levels of punishments for certain crimes.
No,
Overstaying
none of those
abuse
things are punishments. You
necessitates
can't be punished for a civil
deportation.
offense, actually.
You can't just hang out in the country until
You cannot
you
be
get deported.
punished for a civil offense. Okay? Punishment is saved for crimes, right? Crimes that are punishable under misdemeanors or felonies.
No,
You cannot be punished
no,
for a civil offense.
civil punishment comes in a variety of forms. It comes in fines. It comes in detainment. It comes in a variety of different factors or outputs, doesn't it? Like you could also get community service. That's a punishment. You can get fined. That's a punishment.
Community service, if you were to get community service, that would be that would be because you were convicted under a misdemeanor or a felony. You can't get community service for a civil offense.
But regardless of the legislature can set whatever punishment, negative action it wants for any type of civil violation. It could say you can't go to jail for this. You get a $5 ticket, or in the case of overstaying a visa, you get held until we have the ability to deport
Incorrect.
you. You don't get to just hang out and potentially go
Incorrect.
anywhere else that you want.
That is not what the law says.
Explain to me then.
Yeah, the law says that you can be deported, but the problem is that what they're doing is they are just taking people, right, without due process, without trial. Let's also be very clear that if you are here and you need to be deported, it requires a deportation order from a judge, which they're not doing, right? And so they're not doing that. They're holding people in unlivable conditions, okay, in detention centers, okay, until they figure out whether they can deport them or not. A lot of times where they can't even deport them and they're doing it anyway. Actually, the Trump administration has already lost something like 4,000 cases for illegal deportations.
Meaning that the person was here legally?
Meaning that they did not have the authorization to deport the person that they deported.
Oh, so they didn't have just the deportation order you mentioned.
Yes. Or they were deporting people that actually weren't supposed to be deported at all. You know, they've deported like literally like they've held children in these detention centers that were here legally. You know, they put like 3,800 children in detention centers last year, 20 infants.
I heard that.
Yeah. People, again, and a lot of these people were not even here. A lot of these people, sir, a lot of these people weren't even here on an undocumented status. They were here legally.
Who, their parents?
No, them.
The children?
But a lot of times the parents too, but definitely the children.
What, because they were born here or what?
That would make you legal under the 14th Amendment.
Yeah. So, fair. However, it's tough to think of what would you do with the children if the parents are arrested for being here illegally, and let's say they have a deportation order. What do you do with the children? I would assume you ask the parents.
Well, first of all, sir, you're asking the wrong person because I don't give a fuck that they're here. That doesn't bother me.
Then that's just fundamental disagreement, and that's fine to have.
Yeah, because I think that people that are here that are not committing crimes, sir, I think people that are here that are not committing crimes, okay, that are contributing to our economy at a mass rate, okay, who are boosting our economy by doing jobs, who have been here for a certain amount of time. I don't think it's a problem to get rid of them. Okay, like a problem to keep them here because that's just dumb. So if you have a kid here who's an American citizen and you're here on an undocumented status and you're contributing to our economy, not causing any problems, you just leave them here. It's not that serious, dude. It's not a big deal. Most of these people have been here for a long time, and they didn't have any effect on your life before. So they sure as hell don't have any effect on your life now.
That's fun. We can talk about people who've been here for 20 years. I don't think the numbers necessarily back up if they're a net positive. I think
It does.
on an individual basis they can, and I say positive from a monetary standpoint, not
I know what you
societal
mean,
or,
and
or
there's
cultural.
already been multiple studies done on that.
Right. I think the most recent one found that they're a $150 billion net negative.
Incorrect. They're $14 trillion net positive. I don't know
How are we
what the
that far
heck you're looking
What?
at. They're literally,
I have not
and I
seen a
can put
$14
it on the
trillion
screen,
positive
like
study.
literally that quickly. Cato study, immigrants
show it.
reduced deficits by $14.5 trillion since 1994.
Oh, okay. We're talking about different time frames. Got it. That makes sense.
In the
was
last
talking about
trackable
on an
year of
annual basis.
2022, they had a net benefit of $98 billion.
Sorry, say again.
In 2022, which is the last year we have the full numbers on, they had a net benefit to our tax dollars of $98 billion between federal, local, and state taxes.
Then how are these two different studies? Are they calculating or taking into account, not calculating, are they taking into account social benefits, things like that as well? Because it appears the other study did take those into account and found a net negative of 150 billion after taking into account all welfare.
What study? You're just saying some random study. What study?
Let me try to find it real quick. But I think it's generally, look, so we're just
You do realize that
fundamentally
Cato
different
is like a right-wing like think tank, right?
I understand. I understand what Cato is.
I'm pulling up your stuff, right? And like from the right, and it's saying they're a net positive. So why are you trying to say they're a net negative?
Let me look at is the study still up on your screen?
Mm-hmm.
It says immigrants.
If you actually scroll down, it goes into documented
illegal
immigrants, undocumented immigrants. It does not matter. They're all net positives.
They're all, even illegal immigrants.
Yep.
How would we actually even track that? Now that I'm just curious.
Sir, what do you mean? First of all, in multiple states, undocumented immigrants can pay taxes. But second of all, they all buy things, right? They all freaking pay taxes in that way. And none of them can get social safety net. So they literally take zero.
They can't get federal social safety net, but they do get state social safety net.
They get certain social safety nets in the few states that allow it. And that's for a benefit for the state. The state saves money by giving them to them.
I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that. I'll read that study that you said.
That's fine, sir. You can look up all of this stuff. Okay. You think I'm not pulling this out of my ass?
I will look it up. Okay, so we're just a fundamental disagreement about.
This is not a fundamental disagreement. These are the numbers, right? And I now have the charts up from U.S.-born immigrants, naturalized, first and second generations. They are a net positive. This isn't like this is not an opinion thing. We're not doing that.
I'm acquiescing to that point. I'm saying in general, we just have a fundamental disagreement about whether or not we should keep people who are here illegally or not.
Well, sir, you didn't say, should we keep people that are here illegally? You said if there is a child that is an American citizen and their parents were here undocumented, should we keep them? And yes, because I think children should be with their parents, right? I think it would be a lot smarter to keep a child with his parents. So therefore you can't deport the child because they're an American citizen. So therefore you keep the parents with them. It's not that difficult if you just have
to ask the parents whether or not they would want to bring the child back with them.
No, because we're not deporting the parent. And we're not asking the parents if we can deport American citizens because that's against the law. Right?
No,
so we just leave the parents with the children. It's not that difficult. We've done it many times, right? I mean, hell, Donald Trump did it. That's how we got Barron Trump here. An undocumented immigrant was here. He had a baby with her. Now, he's the president and his son is a United States citizen.
No, I'm not saying that we should ask the parents to deport the kid. I'm saying we should ask the parent if they would like to take them with them back to where.
That is deporting the kid.
No,
if you take the kid, if you're deporting the parent, sir, this is the saddest, sir, I'm not doing this. This is the most semantic argument I've ever heard, right? If you're deporting the parent and you're asking if you can take the kid, then you're asking about deporting the kid. Deporting the kid is against the law.
Deportation is a legal event. If you're asking if the parents would like to keep the kid, it is semantics, you're right, to a certain extent, but you're asking the parents, look, we can put them in the foster system here or with the person who's here
Or
legally,
you
a
could just
legal
leave the
guardian.
parent there.
But right, so that's what I'm saying. That's the fundamental disagreement. I wasn't
Yeah, you want to take
disagreeing
parents away
with
from their
this chat
children.
on.
All right. And I don't.
No, I
That's the
don't. I want
fundamental
to give the
disagreement.
parents the
You
option,
think
and
that
I
it would
think
be
most of the
better.
parents would keep their
You
child.
okay, so you're for deporting American citizens. So you're either for deporting American
No,
citizens
no.
or separating the parents from the kids, and I'm for neither of those.
Incorrect.
No,
No,
that is correct. That's exactly what you're
think every
saying.
parent
You
would
are
decide
saying that the
to
options
keep the
are
child with them. It's
no,
not the
no.
federal
If you
government
keep
deporting
the child with them, you are deporting an American citizen. We're not having an argument
Look,
about
you are
like,
not deporting because it is
yes,
not
you
the action
are.
of a federal government.
Yes, you are.
The federal government gives the person two options. They stay here and go into
so how does
child protective
let me ask you,
services
Chris, how does the
because
kid
they're an
get
American
back to
citizen.
their country?
Say again?
How does the kid get back? So we're deporting a parent back to South Sudan, right? They have a kid here. How does the kid get back? Do we just
Deportation is a legal mechanism.
I didn't ask you that fucking question, and so don't answer another question. I've already heard you answer that one. So we're deporting the parent back to South Sudan. Yep, you've said that about 7 times now. Okay, I heard you all 7. Okay, I've heard you all 7. Now listen to my question so you can answer
You're
it.
the one playing
So now
semantics.
listen to my question so you can
Ask your
maybe
question. Go
answer
ahead.
it. It's a lot
Go ahead,
easier.
ask your question
You'd be
again.
a lot easier answering the question if you listen to it.
I agree. Go ahead.
Awesome. Cool. If we're sending the parent back to South Sudan, okay, and you think we should send the kid with them, how does the kid get back to South Sudan?
No, I'm not saying the government
Nope. I'm not saying,
send the
how are
kid
you
back.
saying? I'm not saying any of that. I'm asking you to answer the question. How does the kid get there?
Okay. On a plane.
On
or
the
a boat.
plane. Whose plane?
Probably a government plane.
So the government is sending an American citizen to another country using a government plane or a government contracted plane.
Yes, that is technical
illegal.
way they get back, but you're conflating that with the actual
illegal.
legal. You're
illegal.
conflating the method
That's
by
illegal.
which they get back to the country
That's
with
illegal.
the legal process that is deportation.
That is illegal.
No, not if the parents agree, because the government is giving them the option. What aren't you? Maybe I don't know how to make this clear. The government
Sir,
is
you
giving
can't
the
make
parent
it
an
clear
option.
because it's sad, it's wrong, and it lacks all empathy, and you're trying to freaking deport children who are American citizens.
On whether or not it's
there is no way
Don't
for you to
appeal
make
to
it
those
clear,
things
sir.
in the discussion.
You are
That's
clearly
unnecessary.
misunderstood about the law, and you are clearly freaking do
I'm
not
actually
care
not.
about the rights of human beings and U.S. citizens. So you're being very clear, sir.
do.
It is very, very,
I
very
think the
clear
child
of
has
what
a
you
right
were
to stay
talking
in the
about.
country.
The problem is what you are clearly talking about is horrific. Okay?
I think the child has a right to stay in the country. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think that we should I don't think because there's a child here that the parents automatically get to stay. I think it is humane to give the parents the option to say, look, your kid is an American citizen. He or she can absolutely stay here with a legal guardian or be entered into the foster system. But you are here illegally, and therefore you are going to be deported. If you would like, of course, you can bring your child home with you. We are not demanding that you take your child, but I think most parents probably would. That is not the U.S. government deporting the child. It is
so their choices
the
are
parents
leave
deciding to
their
bring them back
So just be
because they're
clear,
being
their
deported.
choices are leave their kid in a horrible foster system in the United States, okay, where sexual abuse is rampant, right? Or take their kid back to a horrible place in which they ran from, which was the whole reason that they were there. So what you're saying is what you would prefer to do, sir. So what you're saying is what you would prefer to do is put the child in a significantly worse and often dangerous situation for no reason, just so you can get somebody that has a civil action against them and not even a crime out of the country. Did I get that correct?
Of course, I don't want all those bad things to happen. Look, it's bad either way.
Right, so I did get it correct.
So I did get it correct. Okay,
man, I couldn't figure out whether I got that correct or not. See, this is literally the only difference in our argument, sir. This is literally, sir. This is literally the only difference, sir.
No.
Is this thing on? Thank you. Just I couldn't tell if it was on. Appreciate you. The only difference in our argument, okay, is that I don't want to put children in shitty situations and you do. Okay, because you want to deport people for no fucking. I'm shutting you up now. I'm tired of you cutting me off because I don't want to fucking put people in shitty situations. I don't want to fucking put children in shitty situations. It's not that difficult. Just because somebody is here and they're brown, okay, or they're not from this country does not mean that we should subject their children to horrible situations over it. It is sad and it is pathetic. These are US citizen children. Okay? They don't need to be in our already overcrowded, freaking rampant, freaking horrific fucking foster care system. And and they don't need to get deported back to whatever horrible situation which made their family run to begin with. Okay? It's not that fucking difficult. And I'm really getting tired of fucking having this like back and forth. It's literally that simple, sir. Don't treat children like shit. In the fucking conversation. Soup. That was good. That was hard.
Else I support or no?
What, I'm sorry, you were muted. I got tired of me, of like the middle of my sentence interrupting the beginning of yours.
I don't think I was doing that on purpose, so apologies if that's how it happened because of the waves not syncing on time. All right, do you want to talk about something else or you want to take another caller?
I don't care, dude. What do you want to talk about?
I would like to know what your thoughts on tariffs are, whether you're generally for or against them.
I'm not generally for or against tariffs. That's a crazy thing to be generally for or against. That doesn't even make sense.
Well, do you think well, maybe we can take it to the extreme. Are 100 or let's say are 50% tariffs on all countries better than 0% tariffs on all countries?
No, because 50% tariffs on all countries doesn't mean anything. Also, 0% tariffs on every country that's stupid. They're both stupid.
I agree. That's why they're extremes, but it help us get to somewhere in the middle. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think tariffs in the way that you'd like to implement them or the way that the Democrats might like to implement them are better or worse for the country than the way that they would have been implemented by
no matter who wants to implement them, they're better than the way Donald Trump is implementing them, because the way Donald Trump is implementing them is the worst possible way.
Why do you think so?
Because putting blanket on tariffs on everybody, especially at such a random and low rate, that doesn't do anything for us economically, stagnates our economy, doesn't allow for free trade, and doesn't even give other countries the ability to adapt in order to freaking do anything. It doesn't allow companies to build manufacturing. It doesn't allow for freaking any type of new trade agreements. Literally none of what Donald Trump's tariffs are doing are beneficial to anyone. Other countries, us, manufacturing, no one. The only people it's beneficial to is the people that are getting these giant tax cuts in the top 1% that Donald Trump is paying for by freaking taxing the American consumer.
You don't think it creates any jobs in the United States?
It does not.
If people have to start making things?
It does not. It does not and cannot.
Why can't it? If it costs less to manufacture something here, even if artificially
it doesn't. It doesn't cost less to manufacture something here. Not one of Donald Trump's tariffs has created a situation in which it is cheaper to manufacture something here.
If the tariff is high enough, I guess it could be.
None of Donald Trump's tariffs were high enough.
So then the tariffs just get passed on to the consumers.
96% of freaking tariffs from the that Donald Trump implemented in 2025 were paid by U.S. Importers or U.S. consumers, usually both.
So are you generally against tariffs at all? Do you think it should be 0% tariffs?
Sir, we had tariffs before Donald Trump took office. We had some decent tariffs on a whole bunch of things. Okay, that's why your whole thing about generally or against or for tariffs doesn't make any sense. It's not a logical question. Okay. You're trying to ask this question and it's just not logical. All right. Tariffs
can
are
generally be
just
for or
something
against
that we
tariffs.
use as protectionist issues in order to protect certain industries within the United States. That's what all countries use them for. All countries have tariffs. All countries use tariffs. We had tariffs. We use tariffs. They're correct when used correctly and not correct when not used correctly. That's simple.
Do you think they can be used for soliciting better trade deals for our country down the road, not necessarily for short-term gain, but for more long-term gain? So there's generally more free trade across the world as a
No,
negotiating
we already
tactic?
had more free trade across the world. Now we just have a whole bunch of free trade from a bunch of other countries around the world, excluding us.
Weren't the tariff rates on the United States higher for a lot of European countries before he took office than they are now because
Nope.
he used them as a negotiating tactic?
Literally not one tariff for the European Union has changed.
I thought they were higher for, oh fuck, I forget. I'm sorry, Paris. I forgot what country I had in mind. Got my brain all scrambled. I think they can be properly used as a negotiating tactic, though.
Well, we saw how that worked
If a
out. Donald
certain
Trump said he was
country-
going to do 90 deals in 90 days, and he got 0 deals in 90 days. So obviously it didn't work out very well.
Long enough, but that is.
Well, it wasn't
agree. I don't
90
think
days. It
is long
was
enough.
13 months and still didn't get a single deal.
We may not have gotten a single deal, but we did get a lot more tax revenue, which is, I guess, is
Cool.
something
Yay.
reasonable.
Donald Trump taxed the American citizens more. Congratulations. I mean, remember when Republicans used to be like, oh, no, small government, tax less. And now you're like,
I am for less taxes, though.
but you're
earned
literally
income.
advocating for them right now. You're literally like
I don't
in
mind.
this
It's
live
funny.
right
I'm
now
actually generally-
advocating
Sorry,
for.
I'm generally supportive of a higher consumption tax and a lower earned income tax. What do you think about that?
No, I think that's dumb. I think that we got rid of that for a reason. But regardless, you're literally advocating for higher taxes right now. It's what you're doing.
I think a lot of what I'm trying to do is impossible. It requires too many things the government won't do. But I was just generally curious about your opinion on tariffs. But why don't you like a consumption tax on non-essential goods and a lowering of the earned income tax?
Because it hurts consumers, which is the reason why we got rid of it to begin with.
For non-essential goods too?
You want to just raise it on non-essential goods, then we won't make enough money. And we'll stagnate our economy. And it disproportionately affects the lower and middle class. Like, there's so many problems.
Not necessarily. So the whole point is that they're for non-essential goods.
So you just want people to buy less non-essential goods? Sounds very American and capitalist of you.
Yeah, I think people should stay within their means. I think
People can stay within their means and buy
price of many
non-essential
goods
goods.
is artificially deflated.
Sir, people can
our
buy
consumerist
non-essential goods
society
and
is
stay within
hurting
their
the lower
means.
class.
Sir, people can buy non-essential goods and be within their means. Why
I
are you
agree. But they
trying to
would also be
conflate those
keeping
two
more of
things?
their income.
Hmm?
They would also be keeping more of their income
Okay.
to pay for those goods.
Okay.
So you can
And then they would just
effectively determine
buy
your own
less
tax rate.
goods.
Right. You buy less goods.
Sir, why are
You
you
buy
so
fewer
sir,
of the superfluous goods.
sir, why
Sorry,
are
say
you
again?
so concerned over that? Like what is the point of it? It was an experiment we had already done in the United States. It did not work, right? It's inflationary, right? It causes like all sorts of different problems within our economy as far as free trade goes, as far as capitalism is concerned, all of those things. And you're like, well, the cancer to that is don't have fun. Like, why?
Not about having fun. It's that fun costs a little more, and it enables people, especially in the middle class, that I think we can both agree has vanished, not started to vanish, and has vanished. It enables those people to save more. And look, it's not an easy solution for the lower end of the income brackets, but for the middle class that has vanished, it enables them to actually save more of their own money and determine how many taxes they're going to spend based off of what they're buying that year.
Yeah. No, first of all, it wouldn't. Right. Because in order to actually make any of this work, where there was enough tax in order to fund the government, you would have to tax it so high
So the
it
government
wouldn't
would
even
have
make
to
sense.
train.
The government would.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I was.
Well, the government would have to shrink.
That's
But yeah, you
that's
support
also what I
Donald
was saying
Trump,
is
dude.
my
You don't even make any
my
sense,
ideas
dude.
require a lot of things that might not be able to happen.
Yeah, you don't
I think
make
there's a
any
more
sense.
perfect world.
It's just, no, it's just funny that people that want to claim
means
they want a smaller government
a
still
more
say they
limited
support
government.
Donald Trump. It just doesn't make any
Sorry,
sense.
go ahead.
It's just hilarious to me when I hear people that say that they support Donald Trump say they support a small government because it's just a joke. It's just,
No,
it's
not
just
a
a
small
joke.
government, but a limited government.
It's still a joke.
I do think there's a difference.
It's still a joke.
What's that?
It's still a
I don't think it's a
hilarious
joke.
fucking joke. Donald Trump has literally added a third of the national debt that the United States has ever added by himself. Okay, we are at
I
record
think there could
spending
be-
for the government. The government spending is at a record high. It is
I
a
agree.
joke.
That goes up with every successive administration.
Then
and
it's a
problem.
joke.
I agree. There is
Who
definitely
added
too
more
much
to the
spending.
debt, Joe
I
Biden or
think,
Donald Trump?
Trump has.
Trump. But yeah, you say you support him.
Yes.
While he adds more to the debt,
Like
while
I said
he
at the
has record
beginning
high
of the
spending. It's a
conversation,
joke.
I
dude.
don't support everything he's done, but I think it's directionally correct. I think that talking about, and I don't want to get too deep into Doge and how ineffective it was, but I think it's still important to have those conversations about waste in the government, and even how ridiculous that may be. I think discretionary
shit.
spending is discretionary doesn't have to change because that's what only 15% or 25% of the entire national budget. Isn't that right? You can correct me on that.
Somewhere around there.
So we're fighting tooth and nail against each other over discretionary spending when no one really wants to address the main issue. Which obviously is
What's the main issue?
entitlement spending, which accounts for roughly 3/4 of our spending every year.
Okay. So
And I guess the way that we're going to get out of it is to inflate the currency, print more money to pay for this in perpetuity.
you could
so
just stop
Shrinking of the
spending so
dollar
much.
hurts the lower class even more.
There's a tons of ways you could spend a whole lot less.
I agree. We should find out ways to spend a whole lot less.
Yeah, you could cut military spending. How about that?
I think the military spending is probably a little too high, but it's one of the few enumerated powers in the actual Constitution for the federal government. So that one doesn't really
So
drive
now,
my
like,
gears as
isn't
much
that
as
like the highest
spending.
discretionary spending that we have?
What's that?
Isn't that the highest level of discretionary spending that we have?
It is, but it's one of the few enumerated powers.
Gotcha. So you
So
don't want to get
would-
rid of
I would
non-discretionary
prefer to look
spending, and I'm pretty
after-
sure non-discretionary is a lot larger. Anyways, regardless, so you don't want to get rid of non-discretionary spending, and you don't want to get rid of the discretionary spending that causes the most spending, but you just want to get rid of
No, I do want to get rid
something
of
else.
I do want to get rid of non-discretionary spending over time. Obviously, not immediately.
The
but over
largest
time, yes.
pot of non-discretionary spending is the military.
No, military is discretionary spending because the budget is determined every year. That's non-discretionary spending is entitlements. Discretionary.
Sorry, I mixed
spending
those
is what
up.
goes
I
into
said them
the-
backwards.
Yeah, that's fine. I think entitlements has to be slowly weaned off. Granted, this isn't
So
really meant
more
for Trump because he
military,
doesn't want to
less
change those.
helping people. Got it.
No, look, it's not less helping people. It's just
It
I
is.
think it's going to bankrupt the country, and if it doesn't bankrupt the country, the only way it doesn't is by sending us into mass inflation, which hurts the lower class the most, then whatever's
Yeah.
left in the middle class, and then the upper class.
Gotcha. More
So I think
military,
regardless,
less things that help people. That's all
look,
you're
we
saying.
could take away
dude.
the entire military budget and it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't.
It would
change
do a
the
shit ton. What the fuck are you talking
non-discretionary
about? Their military spending is like
It's
just damn near $1
$700
trillion.
billion.
What are you talking
$800 billion
about?
a year now?
Huh?
It's $800 billion a year.
Yeah, it's damn near $1 trillion. I think the next year's is going to be over 900. You
Right.
don't think cutting
what?
$1
Okay,
trillion
reduce it
out
to
of our
600
fucking
billion?
budget would do nothing? Is that what you're literally telling me?
No, I'm not literally telling you that, but you're
That's
also
literally
not
what
literally
you
saying
said.
cut the
You
entire
literally
spending
said
of the budget.
you literally said if we cut all military spending, it would do nothing. That's literally what you just said.
You're right, and I agree with that actually. I don't think it would actually do that much. $700 billion in our, I think, what is it, $4 trillion
Let's
of
see.
discretionary
What
spending?
is the defense spending for next year? Let's see.
Gotta be somewhere at 800.
$1.5 trillion.
$100. Oh, damn. So what's total discretionary then?
I don't know. I'd have to
Like
look it
6
up.
trillion?
But you're saying that number is just like, oh, that's
I don't think it's
just
gone up as a percentage of discretionary.
that's just a drop in the barrel, just $1.5 trillion.
I do think it's a drop in the barrel in terms of the total discretionary bucket, but the 1.5 trillion and increased however much every year isn't the thing that's going to bankrupt the country or cause runaway inflation. It's going to be the 8 trillion we spend on entitlements increasing every year, and the money's running out for that. And
Discretionary
when the money runs out,
spending
we print more,
approximated
hurts everyone.
1.5 or 1.7 to 1.8 trillion in 23-24 and 2024-25, projected to be about 1.8 trillion. Dispense spending during that was 47% of discretionary spending
Sorry, during which period?
in 2023. But it looks to match somewhere in 2024 also and 2025. Yep. It's literally like half the discretionary spending we have in the country.
Got it. Okay, then I was thinking it must be 25% or whatever of total spending. Look, we can reduce the I'm sure there's plenty of waste in the military spending. Like, I'm sure we can both agree on that. But the fact that it is one of the enumerated powers, and I do think it is incredibly important to have a standing military, to be
more military, less helping people.
No, I think we would be helping people by slowly reducing and weaning off of Social Security over time. And if you want to put in different programs, like, I mean, I think I paid, I don't know what, like $800 a month to Social Security or maybe more. If you require, instead of paying to Social Security for the next 30 years, you put those into, just a SPY account or an index fund for people instead of the federal government, then those people will be a lot better off in 30 years than
we'd still be spending it there, sir. Sir, your entire argument.
But it's your own money.
Sir, you're literally, your entire argument comes down to have the government stop helping people, so people just freaking have to figure it out on their fucking own while we spend all of our money on the military. That is your entire argument, and it's a sad argument. No, sir.
Don't paint straw man.
Sir, this isn't a straw man. This is literally what you're saying, and I'm just simplifying it down because you're using a lot of freaking big words and like complicated things to say exactly that. You're saying, oh, no, freaking the military is an enumerated power, so we can't get rid of that. But at the same time, Social Security, like like fuck old people, right? Like they can figure it out on their fucking own, like, oh, fuck old people later. Gotcha.
No, all right. Well, then let me clarify then, because that is not what I mean. What I'm trying to say is that non-discretionary spending over the next 30 years will bankrupt the entire country, causing runaway inflation. If we start to slowly change, I'm not saying cut funding for Social Security or cut payments to the elderly currently, or even the next 10 years or 15 years, give people plenty of time to plan, have a program where instead of paying money into the Social Security pool, people are required for a short period of time to put that money into index funds or the SPY, whatever tracking mechanism you want. It's the only way to prevent a total bankruptcy of the country, or else we just print until our dollar is worth as much.
Or instead of doing all that, we could just reduce military spending and stop giving giant corporate tax cuts. And save, I think if we reduce so much more money and save so much more money, like so much more money. We could save so much more money by just increasing the corporate tax rate, which has been reduced the last 2 times by Donald Trump, right? And reduce military spending where we're not literally spending them out on defense as the next 7 countries combined. If we just did those things, we would save so much more money. Right, but we can't have that, right? Like, we have to make sure that old people figure their shit out earlier.
You kind of sound, if I'm hearing you correctly, like a Republican isolationist, and you don't want any military spending.
I don't say I didn't want any military spending. You are the one that is defending military spending while trying to cut Social Security.
Well, we do need some military spending, don't we?
Of course we do. You're the one advocate, sir. You're the one
So what
talking
numbers
about
do you like?
about this. You're the one trying to act like a fiscal conservative while simultaneously supporting Trump. You're the one with the dichotomy here, not me. Okay, I know what I stand on. All right, it's
Okay,
easy
then
for
tell me.
me, dude.
I don't know
It's
where you
easy for
stand.
me.
I
Raise
don't know where
corporate
you
tax
stand. Where
rates,
do you
reduce
stand on?
defense spending, add more social safety nets. It's not
I
difficult.
don't think if we cut, I don't think even if we did cut the entire 1.5 trillion, I still don't think that would put any dent into the whatever our current debt is at. What is it, 33 trillion plus? That wouldn't put a dent into that, and it would leave us totally exposed. So maybe we cut it in half, put it back down to 750 billion, where it was like 6 years ago or whatever. That's not what's going to bankrupt the country, military spending. It's going to be the entitlement programs. And so when the dollar inflates, it hurts the people that it seems you and also I care about most, which is the middle class and the lower income. I don't think Social Security is actually going to have any benefit to those people in 30 years when the dollar is worth nothing.
Yeah, awesome. How much was spent on Social Security last year?
I don't know. Ask ChatGPT.
$1.5 trillion.
And how much is in those coffers to be doled out? A lot less.
Gotcha. Hold on.
So we're printing money.
I just want to be very clear that your next words weren't, oh, that's just a drop in the bucket and won't put a dent in our deficit or our debt. Because that's what you should have said. Because when I said that the defense spending was 1.5 trillion, you said getting rid of it wouldn't put a dent in our debt. But you were just talking about Social Security and getting rid of that. So your next word should be like, oh, I was wrong. I thought it was more or something. So now I know that I don't want to cut Social Security because it won't put a dent in our debt.
You're saying Social Security. I'm talking about all entitlements programs. Sorry.
Gotcha. So 1.5 trillion in defense spending, cut that, won't put a dent in our debt. 1.5 trillion in Social Security spending, cut that, reduces our debt, stops us from going into long winding inflation and the loss of the power of the dollar.
Correct.
Gotcha.
The
Makes
entitlement
complete
programs
sense,
are
sir.
more than double.
All right, cool. Well,
the
I'm
defense
done now.
spending.
You have a good one, all right?
Okay.
All right. What a fucking... Oh my God. At least he admitted to it in the end. It depends on where you're getting the 1.5 trillion from. If you get the 1.5 trillion from old people, then it reduces the debt immediately. If you get the 1.5 trillion from the military, does nothing. Obviously, the 1.5 trillion has a big, where you get it from has a big, change in what we have going on. All right, y'all. Well, I started at 7, and I said I was only going to go till 9. Everyone decided to show up late. So I guess I have to get off now, unfortunately. But B, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shush, thank you so much. Francesca, thank you so much. Don't be yelling no to me, okay? I don't want to hear all the no's, okay? None of y'all were here when I started, all right? None of y'all were here when I started, all right? All y'all showed up late, okay? I don't want to hear it, all right? You want to catch me earlier? Turn on those notifications and show up when I start, okay? Scott, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna write them all right now. Robs, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Robs again. Sorry, I don't have time to read all of them right now because I do have to get off because I have to be up early. Scott, thank you so much. JC, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate that. Scott, thank you again. Francesca, thank you again. And Shush, thank you so much again. I really appreciate. Oh, and Mortimer, thank you so much. All right, y'all. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys. I don't know when I'll see you. I was gonna get on tomorrow, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to at this point. So I'll just see you guys later. I hope you guys have a great day. All right. Love you guys. Bye.